Well, he's the fleeing fencer who gave us a spray. Brendan Hawkswell has no problem taking deposits, but when it comes to building fences, he's nowhere to be seen. Since we exposed him, the list of angry customers has grown even longer. And now we're not the only ones on his case.
How does it feel knowing that your dodgy dealings have now caught the eye of the Attorney General? The Attorney General is calling you out, Brendan Hawkswell.
He's a despicable individual and he should be held accountable for what he's doing.
How would you describe Brendan Hawkswell?
Scum of the earth, basically.
What the hell did he do with all of our money?
Brendan Hawkswell doesn't build a fence well. He got angry with us when we confronted him at this RBT.
Brendan Hawkswell.
And this time we faced off with the fleeing fencer at court.
Brendan, you've left your water bottle at home today. Lucky me. You've let a lot of people down. Do you remember this face?
I think you might build my mother's fence or anyone else's.
Brendan claims to run Brisbane's #1 fencing and decking company. But there's a growing list of people he has unfinished business with, like Jane, who wants answers, and she's come to court to try and get them.
There are so many people that this has affected. It's not just one, it's not just two, it's so many people. Pay everyone back, everyone, and stop what you're doing.
You might remember Jane from our first story. She's a full-time carer for her elderly mum who just wanted a new fence around her Gold Coast home.
My mother has stage 4 cancer, and so we wanted the colour-bond fence to give her some privacy and security at this time.
Brendan promised her just that. She paid him an $8,000 deposit. He tore down her fence and never returned. Today was the first time she's come face to face with Brendan again.
It is, it's really hard. It's really hard to see him. He doesn't care. He doesn't care at all.
But he's not facing court over his dodgy business dealings. He pleaded guilty for driving unlicensed and suspended when we found him with police.
He's also facing another 11 unrelated charges: possessing dangerous drugs, weapons, even native animals suspected of being unlawfully taken, and breaching his duty of care to those animals.
We're another one that's been caught because he's very good. He's very good.
Brisbane mum Claudine says the excuses and delays Brendan gave all make sense now.
Now, because of your show, we find out and can't get a hold of him. Vanished with our $10,000.
10 grand down the drain, and unfortunately there's many others in your position.
Yeah, it's really sad. So without you guys getting the word out there, someone needs to get a hold of him so that he knows that you can't keep doing this to people.
Claudine had seen him doing work across the road, and the alarm bells didn't ring when researching his company, Brisbane Fencing and Decking.
He's very charming, very lovely. He talks you through everything. I've been in the game for so long, talks you through, you know, I will need an engineer, you'll need this. He's great with his words.
So she paid him the deposit for a new retaining wall. That was July last year.
And did he give you a time frame that he'd promised? Or?
Oh, yeah. Within 6 weeks it would be done.
It's still not done. He hasn't offered her any refund and he's uncontactable.
He's out there and we need to tell everybody this is him.
I was absolutely gobsmacked at the amount of people he's done it to, and obviously I saw on your story about the lady with cancer. The guy obviously has no conscience at all.
Wayne was another one who fell for Brendan's empty promises.
I'm happy that it's been exposed because it hopefully will stop other people from losing money. We actually had to draw the money out of my wife's super to do the fencing, and we had to draw even more out to get it finished. So we paid twice in effect for it.
Wayne saw his business on Facebook and paid him an $8,000 deposit for his retaining wall. Brendan dug holes in the ground and never came back. Wayne too can't get a hold of Brendan and hasn't seen a refund.
He's advertising down at Byron Bay for work under a different name, So people in Byron Bay and Nimbin, be aware of Brendan Hawkswell.
It's disgusting. It's deliberate. That's what their business model is, to rip people off.
Now, after complaints to the Office of Fair Trading, Queensland's Attorney General, Yvette Darth, is calling Brendan out.
Certainly not done lightly to put out a warning naming individuals. But when you start seeing a pattern of behaviour, when you start seeing a number of complaints, people are losing thousands of dollars and time again.
The community really needs this help, and so it's so great that after so long we're being heard.
You know, they will keep reinventing themselves and keep changing names, and don't pay a huge deposit, don't pay money up front.
Brendan has tried rebranding to Queensland Fencing and Decking and has worked using the name Cartier Constructions. Now he's banned from contracting work as a business owner under Creative Construction Group.
Don't let him come and give you a quote. Hopefully people recognise his face.
This is him, don't let him on site.
And we don't want to see consumers lose another cent.